Well, hello there, YouTube, and welcome to a wonderful 43-degree Thursday, the 3rd of March. Man, it's very peaceful out here today. 43 is actually like on the cool side of what it's been the last few days, it seems like. But I'm seeing little patches of blue here and there. Man, it was a night of... Had issues with our water pump. That's even a whole story to itself. So a couple of times I had to deal with that. And then again this morning. Yeah, I didn't sleep very good either because the TV was on, and one of those things that you know that's what's keeping you awake, but you don't get up and turn the thing off. Danny, did Abby steal your pork chop?
I think
Dog?
did. Because he was taking too long, Dad.
You didn't do that, did you, Abby? Yeah. Danny, you need to be way more forceful. Say, woman, get away from my pork chop. Mama?
Yes, I'll have that.
Not one single drop the whole way to work.
Which is very good. We
Very
need to dry
pleasing.
out, please.
Felt very weird to be driving on the road instead of sliding across the top of it.
I know it.
All right, Mama.
All right.
Made it to Thursday all done already.
We did. Just a
dang.
couple more.
Yeah. The weekend. Looks like the weekend may be nice, too. Yeah. Whew.
Yeah.
We need it.
Uh-huh.
All right, Mama.
All right, baby.
Have a wonderful Thursday.
You too.
Love you. See you. Bye.
I love ya.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
You ain't gonna believe this. Well, the switch came in. The special police switch that controls lights. Remember I showed you the connector was all messed up with that. I'd already tested to make sure that the LED LIN bus controller, which is inside that switch, was the problem, and it was. But I had another LED or a another LIN bus code, and the code says that, make sure the connection is connected for the switch assembly. Well, the dead switch, I didn't have this yet, so I knew that was disconnected. That's what it just simply said. It was disconnected. It says open or short, check connection. Well, I'm staring at the empty wire dangling, waiting for a new switch to show up. Get the switch in, plug it in, all the codes. The code for the light was non-active, of course, because the switch is plugged in, which is a really good thing. That means my fix on the connector worked. Whew. You always wonder about those things, but anyway, that worked. Everything's good. So it's kind of sprinkling out there. So I was going to just take some laps around out in the parking lot with the police bike. So I roll it outside so I don't smoke out old Matthew over there. He's looking at Mercury outboards, something with those pontoon boats we got. But anyway, bike won't start. Boom, engine light pops on. So I cycle the key. I thought, well, I'll try this again. Well, it resets and makes the light go away until I, hit the start button again. Light comes back on, bike doesn't start. So I leave everything on and roll it in here, hook it up to the computer. It says that the new fuel pump is not functioning. So the first test is to function test the pump. So you click it and it'll run the pump for 10 seconds. Stick my ear to the tank. There is no fuel pump running. Next step, what they call line checks, is to check the connection for the pump. All of that has to come back apart again to check the connection on that fuel pump. Can you believe this? I'm sure it's supposed to be nice this weekend. I know he's going to want to take this. I hope that somehow or another I didn't get a clean connection on that pump. Like I was talking to the other BMW tech upstairs, I said, that's like, you put a fuel pump in one of these things, you make sure it's connected correctly. This is something you do not want to go back in and have to do again. It's hard. It's in between the air box and the front of the tank. I'll show you when I get there. So we got the battery for this thing here for a bit, BRP has not been able to get the Yuasa batteries. So they're supplying a different brand battery, and they're backing it up, guaranteeing it just as if it was a Yuasa. So I get it down here, and of course, first thing I do is test it and go to put it on the charger. The battery right out of the box tests bad. So I thought, well, I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. I'll put it on that multi-bajillion-dollar BMW charger there, set overnight, come in, looks like everything's good, 5% health. You can have, it has 100% charge, the voltage is good. If the health is not there, this is going to leave him stranded somewhere. So I go upstairs and Kelly and I go through the battery. I went through 5 of those batteries, and every one of them had 10% health. It needs to be 60% or more. So got a whole rash of those. And from one of our other suppliers, not BRP, we have that Yuasa battery that's for this. So this thing tested, says it was good and ready to go. And health was 100%, charge was 98%. The voltage was just a little low, so I put it on the BMW thing. Once that thing gets about 0.3, she's done. So it's, basically right there, ready to go. Here's what's interesting. This thing was serviced and charged 8/18 of 21. And at the time it had 12.9 volts. So this thing's been sitting since August, and it's still perfect. The reason being, it's not connected to anything. On Spyders, cars, any modern motorcycle, there's what they call a parasitic draw. There's computers. Like this thing has 7 computers. Even this old twin has 7 computers on it that have to be alive. They're always there. They're looking at stuff. So there is a draw on these things. You have to put these things on a battery maintainer. Like I showed you guys the other day when I was messing with this thing. He does have a maintainer on it. It just doesn't have the right battery in it. So, yeah, if it's not Yuasa, pass. It needs to be a Yuasa. And if you have a Harley or a BMW, it needs to be an Excite battery. Best bet, buy it from the manufacturer, which we tried to do here, but they're having a supply problem. So let me get this thing off my back rack and get the BMW one. I get asked about this like a lot, about the Spyder sitting on the rack like that. That just spaces people right the heck out. I've been putting those things, I finally came up with this procedure with the lines. And the reason for the second line is these old tires, they balloon out. And when you're on the bike, you can see it better. The low profile ones, you just watch the outside line. But yeah, since 2008, I've been putting these things on here. I literally don't even think about it. And no, they don't fall off. Doesn't scare me. I don't know if the fuel, that's hard plastic. I'm not sure if I got it routed wrong and I pulled it out. This is for the gauge and everything. This is the actual pump. She was not plugged in. And it's down in this, well, I've got it set down in there now. But you can actually, I'll show you something here. I'm gonna have to drop a tool in here. There's the pump right there. And it's going in this way. That's a brand new one that doesn't work worth a hoot when it's not plugged in. I did something wrong, I just don't know what. Didn't think I'd be back here again. I got it apart fast because it's so fresh in my head. So nothing's binding, so I'm going back together. You don't get paid for stuff like that, unfortunately. I wouldn't even ask to be paid. I obviously did something wrong. Look at this, just a few minutes after 5. Sun's clearly up. I think sunset may even be after 6 now. I have to look at my watch. But that looks all beautiful. And then you look towards Mount St. Helens and yeah, not so much. That's kind of the direction we need to go, sort of. Okay, coming. Come on, rain, give us a break. All right, there's the watering hole, Mama. Yeah, we're liable to lose the CRV down in there.
Yeah.
Last thing you see is our head going under, followed by a glub, glub, glub.
Yeah. Would be that.
So the gas per gallon just jumped up 20 cents from the other day. Yeah, the day before yesterday. I mean, they said it was coming. Wow. So now it's almost as much per gallon for this as the Acura. So it's $4.19.9 here. We might say $4.20, and it's $4.50 for the Acura. Holy moly!
Yeah.
So I'm looking at my little spreadsheet here. I have never put that much money in this Acura or this CRV ever. $46.80. Never.
Yeah.
Holy moly. You know that rain we see down in Vancouver? Yeah, it kind of chased us down. The old typical, I think the roof's about to cave in. Holy moly. Does it pour? Well, hi there, Acura. You got no love again today. After a little stop with the war wagon, I don't know if I can even drive you anymore. I ain't that bad. But anyway, quick little thing. I kind of dubbed it. We talk about it at work. You know, that little glimpse of nice weather coming, riding season coming. A lot of new riders about. They spend a lot of time, which I warn you, roaming around in these forums and stuff, getting all this advice from all those keyboard warriors that know everything and more than anyone else. They know it all. Like a guy at, well, I won't say what manufacturer, was mad about something that was going along, spreading through the rumor mill. And they says, well, why don't you call your customer, tell him to call his little Google friends and have them reach through their little Google device and fix that motorcycle for him. Because we at, I won't name the name, are not going to touch it. Things just get completely out of whack. Everybody knows everything you need to do to your motorcycle, including everything you need to do to it to make it right. Because your motorcycle didn't come from the factory correct. You need to do all this to make it right. Lord. Please stay out of those things. Please spend some time, if you're a new rider, spend some time riding your bike. Get out of this peer pressure forum type thing leading you to believe you need to spend a bunch of money buying all these parts because the manufacturer didn't do it right. If you're having to do all this stuff to your motorcycle because the manufacturer did it wrong, you need to do some research before you bought that motorcycle because you bought the wrong vehicle. So, yeah, don't believe all this crap. Get to know your bike, enjoy your bike. I'm sure you'll find things you'll want to do to improve it. We put a windshield on Flirty. Well, literally nothing else. I put little tuners on there because I like having that control. I don't do anything weird with them. All stock exhaust, all stock intake. The iron has a Harley-Davidson Screaming Eagle Stage 1 air filter. Rush mufflers, all stock exhaust other than that. The little, what Harley-Davidson calls the headlamp visor. It's got that on there. Other than that, it's stock. That's 9 years down the road. And it's stock. I've talked about 1200 kits and all these other things. And, you know, ultimately, I like it for what it is. I enjoy riding it. If I want something different, I buy something different. I don't try to turn... I wouldn't take Flirty and try to turn it into a Tri-Glide. You know, I wouldn't take the Slim and try to turn it into a Road King. I see this crap all the time. People making touring, trying to make an RT out of a Riker. Why don't you buy a Spyder instead of a Riker if that's what you wanted to do? Oh, but the cost. Dude, the difference in how them things ride, night and day, you know, wherever. Just please spend some time with your bike, get to know it, get to love it. You'll find you're probably not going to do anything to it because you're going to realize there's nothing wrong with it. And all these little Google advisors are just blowing smoke. Open your eyes, pay attention closely. A lot of times they're trying to sell you something. So, yeah, enjoy your bike. Riding season's coming. Get out there and ride. Quit worrying about making it right because the manufacturer didn't. That simply just doesn't exist. If it does for that bike, you bought the wrong bike. All right, I'm heading in. Well, hello there, YouTube. Made it home with our very expensive tank of gas.
I know. So close.
Yeah. It's the way things are.
Yes.
As long as they're not gouging us.
I know.
Probably are a little bit right now. Probably getting prepared.
Yeah.
Probably see it coming. There's always that fluctuation, you know. Then they get it for cheap and they still hold that old price, you know. And the guys, oh, it's all a scam, it's all a wrap off. It's like, don't have time for them people. Just go and get out of my face.
Yeah, just is what it is.
Yeah.
Can't change it.
Yeah. But yeah, I got that BMW. I don't know if I filmed it. I think I got it all back together. Leaving the battery on the charger. I know what I did. So
It's a story.
it's a story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because I was telling Kelly, when all the body parts were off, I cycled the key and heard the pump come on. That's how I knew I forgot to put the gas back in it, you know. And put gas in it and filled it up. And what I did caused it to pop that thing out. Things happen.
Yes, they do.
No big deal. We're over it.
Yes.
Well, Mama, I think we should roll on now.
All right.
I was gonna chit chat with you guys for a bit in the shop, so this will come after that, which you've already seen.
Which they already figured out.
Yeah, done already figured out what's there's gonna be more. What's going on?
Alrighty, well thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same smoke time, same smoke channel. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And you guys have an amazing Friday or Saturday.
Yeah, Friday.
Trying not to sneeze.
Friday already tomorrow. All right, we'll go before she starts chewing and scaring Annie.
I know it. That dog will haul Heine.
It's so funny. She's deathly afraid of a sneeze.
Yeah.
It's like a black flash.
Yeah.
You're like, and then you're trying to sneeze and laugh hysterically at the same time. She just there's no gearing up and running. She's like a cat. She just goes, and disappears. It's like,
and can't trick her either.
Yep, 4.5 years old, and you're still afraid of a sneeze.
I know it.
Yep. Anyway, see you guys tomorrow.
See you then.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.